If anybody thought that we would get to where we are today then, but what was good was that certain people stuck to it. Once again, shout out to Jimmy Jack. When you speak, it's like a major reference point.
Yeah.
Because he helped a lot of artists and it was true to the culture in terms of playing it. Shout out to DJ T. We were looking for videos and we'll get all the videos. Some would get off VHS tapes by then. We were the first to play Gau. Nigeria is the motherland. That is a place that birthed this genre.
You cannot talk about Afrobeat and the development of Afrobeat in this country, DJ-wise, and not mention the likes of Casey, Omo White, Dele Adelego, myself, GJ Abbas, Jimmy, Bald-Headed Guest. You can't. There are others, but that is just to mention about the film. Give me the bald-headed guy. God, he was passionate. Look, he took this thing into his veins. He was extremely passionate about it.
Afrobeats lives here with DJ Who Be Dat.
What Fela's Afrobeat stands for, even after Fela, people that have emulated, that have adopted Fela's style are still not sounding like Afrobeat. For now, it's clear Afrobeat with the S, right, is an umbrella name of different African contemporary genres. Different Nigerian, one Ghanaian hip life, Tanzanian bongo, South African kwaito, or Amapiano, which is a derivative. Fela's Afrobeat is Afrobeats.
Jimmy the Bald-Headed Guy is a renowned DJ and journalist who promotes African contemporary sounds. I like to say he brings the intellectual context to the journey of Afrobeat. He's known for his radio shows and curated mixes that raised awareness of Afrobeats in the UK urban music scene.
Jimmy the Bald-Headed Guy. Where did that name come from?
I started out as a journalist of African music and events. African music and events and perhaps movies. But I was hanging around a lot of DJs. In fact, I was passionate about DJing, from the 80s. Do you get me? And I've always been a person that, why I said I'm passionate about DJs, because I just don't like the song or the songs. What I like is the way they're being blended, to have that sort of continuous flow. That's what I like, and that we call it a mix. I don't know if you remember the days when we buy our tapes in Ojuelegba or going to DJs, paying them 15 naira with our Maxell. That's what I liked. So I was really, really attracted to DJs. So when I got here, I was hanging around with DJs, KC, mostly KC, Ochuko. And one night in 1996, KC had a regular gig in Villa Stefano in Holborn. So I was hanging around with him. And there was a mic man, what's his name, Adi, of the ministry. And I liked what he was doing on the mic. And something was like, you can do that. You can even do better, And so Casey didn't have a mic man. So when Casey took over, I started playing around with the mic. And it just went up. So I now became a mic man. You understand me? And glory be to God, a fantastic one too. So we now joined forces with a friend, a colleague, DJ Ochuko, and we had a regular thing. So we now felt that we needed to have, like a combined group name, But that wasn't going to work. And Casey was Casey, he was Ochuko, but I was Jimmy Akemi, and that wasn't going to work on the floor. Said, okay, get a name. Now, for one funny reason, I've always had this perhaps snobbish or, elitist, kind of perspective to things. And I just didn't like general flow. So there was no way you're going to call me MC Snoop or MC, fresh vibes. Nah, there's got to be something unique and feel. And he just looked at my head and he said, Jimmy, the bald-headed guy.
That's an awesome story.
That was how it stuck.
Interesting.
And that was it. And this was before 1999. So I was just an MC, up specifically for Casey. And then I went on to mic for Abbas, then DJ Abbas. And then I've got, how would I say it? I've started developing a real passion for African music. I've always loved African music, contemporary African music, or maybe African music, the Congo stuff, In UK then, the Ghanaians were really happening.
Interesting. What year was this? Around what year?
This was, well, I came across them 1994, 1996, while I was a journalist. So we went to cover some, they had different shows, and they bring in their artists, So, they had that groove. We also have Nigerian independence, but when they were having one big one attracting thousands of crowds, we will probably have about 6, 7 different ones, not particularly attracting the same number that they did
same crowd
in one venue. Yeah. But anyway, so I just liked the Ghanaian music, I won't lie, and I liked the Congo music, and I just felt within me that, because I started seeing the whole fun in it.
Right.
The fun in it, not much of the business, but at least the fun in itself could depict, what's it called? Some business prospects. I said, look, you people, Abbas, they say, I'll be playing this thing now. But then again, they were using turntables, and you don't get African music on turntables. Well, then African stuff on turntables.
Here in the UK, like where would you?
No, yeah, then. So I just said, look, I will become a DJ of African music. So
it was a niche you found.
Yeah, it was that niche. What happened also was that in the southeast of London, you had all these Zairian clubs, in the southeast of London, Peckham. And I knew that my African music, I'm not going to play there. You get me? And then, then they had this Newmark front loader, that's what they use, all that one did me. And that was just, so, I got more inspired also because, Pioneer had just released, the CD player 100. I liked it. So something new told me clear that if I can get those things, I'll be playing African music in the West End, And I just went for it. But I didn't have money. So Ayoshunaya borrowed me money. I bought the deck and I started playing. And I just didn't, and because I was riding on the back of DJs, I was an Ovation journalist, well-known, celebrity, showbiz journalist. It was easy for me to get a gig. Okay. We are talking Jimmy now. So that was how I started out. So when Casey was doing Fridays in Buka, which apparently was, like a main happening place, for Nigerians then. So the man just gave me to Sunday, Femi on Omusi. Was
a place, a club, right?
No, it was Buka. Buka is a restaurant, but Buka was like really it.
That's why it was called Buka.
Yeah, Buka restaurant on Kilburn High Road. So that was where I started my Sunday gig, and I was playing. But then again, as much as I was playing everything. I was playing Congo music. I must also tell you that in as much as I was playing, I wasn't DJing properly. Heavy clashes, because I wanted to play that thing by force, so I would clash, but at the end of the day I would drop the music.
Right.
But they still liked it because it was unique to everybody. Do you get? And in that kind of, setting, well, relatively a highbrow area, I'm playing Ayla Mawura, I'm playing High Life, I'm playing, it worked. It actually worked. And I just kept on going on from there. And I didn't stop on just playing. Like I said, I was promoting it as a journalist. I also promoted it as a radio presenter on some community radio. And fortunately, I got also exposed to the possibility of promoting some artists here and there. So
Are these UK-based artists or?
No. These are African artists.
African, just generally.
Top African artists, actually.
So are you promoting them in their country?
No. I bring them here.
Okay, got it.
Well, I didn't bring them here. I was like a contract. What do you call it? A contract promoter.
Got it.
So I didn't secure the deals, but these main promoters, started walking through me in order to get to the market, like Lagbaja, for instance. Yeah. Well, I formed a relationship with Lagbaja from 1996. And the whole idea was to get him here, So, unfortunately, the guy I was selling into didn't secure him, as he's a concert promoter. You call them concert producers. So they produce concerts, but part of it is also promotions. It's called the Concert Clinic, a bunch of white guys that actually got the deal. So Lagbaja said, you're going to have to work with Jimmy Akemi. So that was it. Then I did Yvonne Chaka Chaka, and Yvonne Chaka Chaka from South Africa through the South African people. Then I did I was part of King Sunny Ade at the Brixton Academy. Then what would have been the height of my success was Fela, and he died the Wednesday that he was supposed to come.
Oh, look at that.
But at least the posters were out there one day, So I did promotions, it's like I just did, started doing everything. And that went on for, I should say, probably 7 years, Well, from 1999, yeah. And then also, I went to Nigeria. I met a lot of all the, early artists. That was where I met Paul Play, because I became his sort of like a UK representative.
Paul Play Dairo, right?
Yeah, Paul Play Dairo. Okay. I met him, but I brought some few, and I think I met some, I can't remember. There's a gospel group called Trinity Trio. So I started getting all those, songs, and I became so thirsty. Hungry. So I would just bring it, So I had all this, and I now started, recording, what's it called? Recording mixes, so it was obvious that I was promoting them. Let me just put it like that, because I made sure that I was doing everything that a DJ for R&B then was doing. I was almost a nuisance. In fact, I could even pay you. Instead of you to pay me to DJ, you understand me? I will pay you to DJ and play
the song you wanted. That's how
play African music. Yeah.
Jimmy the Bald-Headed Guy was the first guy that I know that would force you to listen to African music. Like, this is not even a joke. He's not suggesting. He's making you listen to it. Like, listen to this song from Ghana. Listen to this song from Nigeria. Listen to this song from Kenya. Listen to this song from South Africa. He used to actually terrorize the other DJs. If Jimmy comes into a club, he's going to go to the DJ booth and be pressurizing the DJ to play some African music.
But it didn't really work on the long run. And then,
why do you say that?
I don't know. Because, I don't know. Well, that wasn't the market then, was it? But I will tell you the truth. Not just me, because eventually DJ Abbas now came into the picture with a program on TV produced by Ayo Shonaya called Intro. So they were actually promoting the artists with videos on television. Yeah. That means a massive novelty, and they too, they put in a lot of effort. Do you understand me? We were sort of like all, working together. Do you get me? So I think at the end of the day, we eventually, succeeded in letting the market, the UK market, know about the potential of Niger music via African music. And then I think that was how the scene started. We worked with the band. Don Jazzy then was Michael Enebeli. We worked with them. Michael Enebeli, Don Jazzy, then was a member of an Afro Juju group called Solek.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So eventually he left, and then he joined forces with JJC. JJC hired him as a programmer, and from there, you know, the whole thing just started, you know, from different corners, everything just started blossoming. You know, I can't particularly, because all of, you know, it's pretty much like, you know, the way they will say, you just keep on doing what you believe in, doing things will turn around, and, you know, you just keep on doing it, and then all of a sudden, one day, it's like you are making money, big money, and you are seeing everything everywhere. And I could remember too that, you know, at some point, if I go to Nigeria and I'm coming back, I know some DJs are ready to even receive me at the airport. Because they wanted, you know,
to collect all the
you know.
Even when I started DJing, and obviously I'm known as an Afrobeat specialist,
right,
we would only have 15 minutes in a whole club night. So
really?
It's 15-minute sets, and sometimes they would book like 2-3 Afrobeat DJs.
Wow.
And then it's like back to back, this and this. It's like, okay, time's off. And that 15 minutes, all you play is Gahulepa, you play Smoke Back Room, or, you know.
Burna Boy can perform alone on a massive stage, but at one point in the night, he comes in with these gong players, full band, and you see something that's different from what you hear on the album.
Yes.